What's up, guys? Courtney Hazeltine here. It is Thanksgiving weekend and I'm in my office doing some work, and I just want to say I'm so grateful for all of you, especially those of you who I train. I love doing life with you and I'm thankful I'm your coach. And today's question is about my testimony. The question is, what is your faith declaration, or what is your personal testimony? So a testimony can be a story of how you came to be a believer, or a testimony can also be a story of the declaration of independence you made to start your fitness journey and the decision to say that, your unhealthy habits were no longer going to take control of you. So a testimony can, it could be either a faith thing, a health thing, or but typically it's a faith thing. And I am going to lovingly say no and not answer that question, and I will tell you why. A personal testimony is just that. It's a personal thing. And I don't think it is neither the time or the place to do that over social media. I like to keep my personal life personal. However, I do communicate with God, and there is specifically times and places where He does want me to tell my testimony because it's super important. It's super important to know why and how I came to be a believer. But right now, I'm going to say no. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to say no, and I'm going to talk about the power of saying no and how that ties into health and wellness. So saying no in confidence is a sign that you are a healthy communicator, and it will directly relate to your fitness. So I remember the first time one of my girlfriends, a very wise woman I do life with, told me no. And it was so direct and to the point. I remember being like, dang, girl. I had asked her if she wanted to hang out later, and she goes, you know what, thank you for asking, but no. And I'm going to tell you why. And I remember thinking like, dang, that's kind of rude, but I let her go on, and she goes, you know what, I am tired, I'm exhausted, so I'm literally just gonna go home and have a me, myself, and I night. I'm gonna have a glass of wine, and I'm just gonna do my thing, and maybe another time, but I wanna have energy and zest and vitality for when you and I hang out together, and tonight I don't have that. So no, but thanks for asking. And at first, I was a little taken back, but then I sat on it a little bit, and I thought, dang, like, that I respect that, because you know what she did in that moment? She didn't lie. She didn't people please, and she created a really strong, healthy boundary with me that she came first. Her health came over me, and that's a really, really good place to be, because there's so many times that I train people where they have 100 commitments and they say yes to too many things, and then all of a sudden they're overwhelmed, and then all of a sudden they have a lack of sleep, and then all of a sudden they catch a cold, and all of a sudden they're canceling training, and on it goes. And that's the snowball effect of an unhealthy lifestyle. And it, like I said, it directly affects your training. And of course, there's times where you gotta bite the bullet and honor a commitment. I understand that, but there are plenty of times where, you know what I'm talking about, you make one too many commitments because you do not have the power to say no, and you don't say it in confidence. So I want to encourage you to say no, and don't feel bad about it. Set yourself free from people pleasing, because the people that get offended, or the people that think you're rude or out of line, and remember, you do have to say it in love, but it just goes to show that they are an unhealthy communicator. They are probably immature, and they don't really care too much about your wellness. And remember, you are your best advocate, so you have to stand up for yourself and set your own boundaries. Or there may be a time where they just don't understand that saying no in confidence is actually a really healthy thing. That's where I was at when my girlfriend did that to me. I just didn't understand that that was a good thing she did that. So I just want to encourage you to say no, especially with the holiday season coming up and there's so much going on, and you need to put your wellness up here, because my grandma always said that the best caretakers are the ones that take care of themselves first. So thank you for asking, but I'm saying no, and I will sit down with you sometime privately, and I will tell you all about my testimony. And if anybody else wants to hear, let's grab coffee, and I'll continue to talk about it, but I ain't doing that over social media. This social media is for my business and my business only. And yes, I love talking about my faith, and I'm very delicate in how I do that. So thanks for asking, and I love you, girl, and God bless. Have a wonderful day.